Our little camera's over here, which I am always looking in the wrong direction. And I'm looking to see if I'm showing up on my YouTube channel, which I don't see yet, but this is an experiment, so we'll see. Do you see where I should be seeing that, Rick? Because I do not. Videos?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there we are. Okay, super duper. So if, well, I was going to say if you need blah, 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 but let's see, you can now pin a message to the top of your live chat to read. Okay, we won't deal with that now. Okay, this is an experiment, and you'll have to bear with me in trying to figure out just what I'm doing and when and how and all that stuff. It's very different. I'm not used to doing it this way, but hopefully we will have some chats. I see our chat thing is on.
It's showing up there.
Yeah, and it looks like, sorry, I'm looking off to the side, but
yeah, Christy's got a computer.
Sharon says hello. Lena says I'm adding instructions on Facebook for peeps. Yay, that's fantastic. Oh, there we are. You're on here. Hello, says Bonnie. Ahoja, Janine. I made it, says Stephanie. Oh, that's great. I'm turning on my air conditioner because it's warm in here. If it gets noisy for you guys, message and we'll fix that. And forgive me if my eyes dart over to the wrong direction. We're horizontal this time, which means I have to look at a whole different button.
And in case you're confused, this isn't my channel. This is Christy's channel.
Exactly.
I'm just her brother.
Yeah.
But, you know, for those of you who haven't been here before,
yes,
this is a live chat that normally takes place on Christy's Facebook group.
Hi, Katie.
And so there's a vertical format, so this is a whole new thing. It's
yes.
Like, what does this look like
What's
on
going
the live
on?
stream here on YouTube? It's horizontal. And where's even the camera? It's right there, Christy. Right
there. I see it. Yeah, so I thought I'd try a little something different. Rick and I have talked about Facebook and YouTube and all that stuff a lot. Okay, where are the hearts and the laugh faces? Says Conyers.
No,
I do not know. I think you're going to have to put that in as emojis just in your regular typing. But people are finding it. Yeah, I'm so excited.
I know there's a super chat function that's...
yeah, we will unlock all of the YouTubes as we go along.
This is the first one. This is like you know, first footprints on the moon kind of thing.
And the reason we wanted to, the reason I really wanted to do this, Ricky, you're sitting on the wrong side.
Oh, that's right. You guys used to the flip.
That's right. Wow. We probably don't even have it saying Ahoja up there. It probably says Aloha. Nope, it still says Ahoja.
Oh, that's weird.
Nope.
I don't know what to tell you on that one then.
Maybe you were backwards. It's possible. I can't remember who it was that was worried about the notification, but I'm subscribed and it notified me. That was Barb, I believe, or Mel, one or the other. And I kind of made some messages there. Yeah, Suzanne's got them, Darlene. You guys are finding the emojis. Yeah, baby. Yeah. But those little scrolling hearts, not as much. Yeah. So, we've been doing the live chat on the Facebook stuff, and I'm in the process of revamping how I think about what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. But one thing I really wanted to do was boost up my YouTubes. Rick and I have been talking about YouTube. Rick has been kind of analyzing the whole YouTube universe for quite a while, and I'm seeing everybody, hi. So basically, I need more viewers in order to make this a broader audience, monetize it, do those various things that we do as artists. So we thought, well, why the heck? Why not try just going on and do the live chat on YouTube. So
you've been in the whole Facebook thing for all the COVID pretty much, and established things pretty well there.
Yeah.
They each have their usefulness and
their ways of doing things. Let's see. Keep posted. You'll see. I'm trying to streamline it, make it easier for us to chat. So anybody joining in that's not live, you can pretend it's live and pretend that I'm talking to you right now. Yeah. But what we can also do is...
She says it does have to... I didn't see who that was, but anyway, it says it does say aloha for them.
Oh, so for you.
It's flipped for us. So that's why I look like I'm on that side.
I see. That's a mystery. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because look, you're different over here.
Yeah.
That's right. So, good to know. Oh, so many things to know. It's so crazy. So we got a couple of things lined up for you. First of all, I'm just going to mention I am going to be making this. Oh, that's all right. I'll focus. I'm sorry. There we go. It wants to find faces. So this is a Gnome. It is basically a snowman gnome. It's super fun and easy, and that's what we'll be doing today, which is great. Cheryl says, we're seeing Christy's alternative world.
Yeah.
I know, you're in the bizarro realm now.
So maybe you ought to, since this is new for anybody who might be tuning across via Facebook, this whole thing. It's like, what is this? Even though you've been doing it for years. Oh, sorry, on YouTube. They've never seen the Facebook
the live
version,
chat
no
version.
idea what this is.
So many of you are watching now that know what's going on, but for anybody that stumbles across this and wonders what's happening is, you know, starting with COVID, I started doing a live chat while we were all kind of locked in together, and Ricki meandered past the doorway and then eventually came and joined me, and we've just evolved into this thing where we just sit and we chat. Which is really fun. And I like, whoa, sorry, trying to fix my chair and it's going all crazy. So we have just kind of sat and chatted and talked to you about philosophical things, creative things, you know, just all those different parts of our lives together as we were dealing with all the COVID, which of course has not gone away. And so it's kind of turned into this thing where we just ramble and chat and eat chocolate at you and discuss things and then do a little demo. And most of the time this happens inside my paid membership of the Creative Circle, which is a great group. It's like $10 a month. You get projects, we have interaction, all that stuff. Which we will still be doing stuff in there, so don't worry, Circle folks. But the second Sunday of every month, after we went from doing it live every Sunday to in this new year 2021, I only did the second Sundays in the month, but I think I'm going to go back to something where it's much more regular here on YouTube. And the thing that's a little different on YouTube that I would love to do, that usual thing that we do on YouTube, is that give me a like. That's great for the algorithm and the numbers that YouTube looks at. So you'll find that like button, hit that. Subscribe if you're not already, and hit the notifications, which means that when you are on YouTube, it will let you know if I have something new. And with any luck, I'll have lots of something new.
And it'll pop it up anyway. But if for some reason you can't hit the like button or can't comment, it's because you're not logged in. So if you try to do it, YouTube will say, please log in.
Right.
Log in. And
so you may do that next time.
So you can watch it whether you're logged in or not.
Right.
But you just can't interact with
you can't comment and do different things like that. Right.
Down.
No, not the thumbs down. So we'll work on all that stuff. Like right now I'm seeing our light in the hallway, which is a bit distracting. I almost can push you a little sideways, Rick, to cover it. Scooch that way a little and I'll scoot the same. If you scoot your chair over, I'll scoot my chair over, and then we'll, because I'm way off the screen anyway. But we'll just kind of keep adjusting things. This video feels more clear than Facebook. Does anyone else feel the same, says Lena?
I think it's a higher
Katie says I'm always on YouTube,
Yeah.
and that's nice that you'll be doing more YouTube vids. I think so. I think it's a little easier to get to. I think it's clearer. You can always find it. Like, part of the problem with doing the chats in Facebook is then if you missed it and you want to go back, you got to scroll through the videos. It doesn't instantly show you what it is. Like, after I'm done, I will put a thumbnail on this one, right? I can change that, and I'll say what this was, because we're going to do our little Gnome. And in the description, I'll put links to not only anything pertinent that we might have gone through, but secret, I have a special new coupon code just for this video that is a buy one, get one free on my tutorials. Now, it's only good for one buy one get one free combo, but if you're thinking about you needing some tutorials for while you're off on the holidays to be able to create, buy one get one free. So as soon as I'm done, no time limit on that.
Video 30 years from now,
it's going to be always available, but you only get to use it once per person. So if you need more, just get your friends to do it for you, and then you can work that out. I get that. It's how you beat the system. But anyway, go check the descriptions after we're done. After I'm done chatting, I'll fix that. Wendy says, Pixie Haven, I know I can do that on my laptop. Why am I not on my laptop? I know there's things on each of your devices that you can do that you
Phones
can't
are different
always.
than tablets, which are different than laptops, which are PCs and iMac.
And it is more difficult to react to each other's comments. So I'm not going to do this exclusively. We'll still do some of the stuff that we have done in Facebook. And I know one of the features of Facebook is we tend to have a lot of side conversations going on, which is great, because I know that you guys enjoy that. And don't worry, we'll keep that up. But this is good. And Lena says, look, no freezing video, which is true. YouTube has a little bit better streaming platform, so there's many benefits. Now, Ricki, as we discussed earlier, thinking about what we wanted to do today, part of what I want to do is go through our comments and our chit chats in more abbreviated section, because sometimes we talk for a long time. when we have something
One of
either
us
very
probably
good to
more than the
say
other, I'm just
or or we're just talking. Are your paid tutorials videos? Yes and no, Katie. Some are and some are not. And I usually try to say in the description if it's a downloadable PDF or if it's a video. And I will try to go and make sure that they're all labeled properly, but I'm pretty sure that I have. Oh, thank you, Lena. Lena knows all the stuff. So if I don't get to answer it, I know Lena will. Thanks, Lena, baby. Whoop, whoop. But one of the things we decided that we're going to do today, which is a feature of the Christy and Ricki Chit Chat, is that we are going to eat some chocolate at you.
We are?
We are, and we have two different chocolates to share, and there's reasons why we do this, but here's our two chocolates to share. We have a friend, Cheryl Novak, and her hubby, Danny. Cheers to you guys, shout outs. But they, he's from Belgium, so they just recently got back from Belgium. So they brought us a box full of Leonidas chocolate. So I just want you to just feel the jealousy of this.
Wow.
This is there's two layers of this. This is all the Belgian chocolates they brought back. So we're going to eat one of those. Huh. But guess what else they brought? The video's frozen. I'm not seeing frozen on my end, Gillian, so I hope that sorts out for you, because coming up really soon, I'm going to be giving away some gift certificates. I'll talk about that more in a minute. The other thing that they brought us is a chocolate-covered Belgian waffle. That has a Belgian name that I can't remember, but it has something with chocolate and waffle in it. So we're going to just try this. Now, I'd like to say that this is the first time that I've had this, so that your reaction will be the first time biting into it, but I couldn't help myself. There was more than one in here, so I've had it more than once. But this is a Belgian waffle, which are the freaking best, covered with chocolate. Rick, would you like to grab a bite first?
I believe I probably would.
And we can put it in our mouth heads at the same time and see what happens. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I already knew what I was expecting, and it's just as good. Oh. Where's the scratch and sniff on the screen? They said, yeah, I know. Come on, everybody get a little bite. Here you go. Isn't that great?
That's good. That's dark chocolate too, I think, right?
It's like dark chocolate, and it's Belgian chocolate, which is like freaking the best, honestly.
Why? We don't know.
I don't know what they're doing over there in Belgians, but it is fantastic.
Cheryl says yes.
Cheryl says dark chocolate. So Cheryl and Danny, I have to say, this was a big, big sacrifice for them, because there's only so many of these that they can bring home in their suitcase.
Yeah.
And to give some of them for us, I think they had second thoughts about it, but they let us have it anyway. And, oh my gosh.
This waffle, this happy for breakfast.
Oh my goodness. It's like really soft and delicious.
It is.
I wish you were here, because then you could have some with me.
Yeah.
It was really hard to save those for you, Cheryl says. I know it was. I could tell even while we were together. It's like, well, All right, so Rick, which one of these would you like?
I don't know.
There is some good Belgian chocolates in here, man.
This one looks nice and dark in the corner.
You do that.
Yep.
I'm going to take this one, because it looks like a little present to me. Look at this one. It's so pretty. It's got all kind of wrappings and stuff. What flavor are you?
This is this flavor.
What flavor is it, though?
I don't know.
Tell me about your tastes.
The taste.
Mine has a heart because I love it so much.
A little salted caramel-ish, maybe?
What?
I don't know.
Ah.
I'm having trouble placing the taste on this one.
Ooh, mine is so caramelly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
This is a little more nougaty.
Mine tastes like goodness and happiness.
A little bit of wafer-ish.
One other question about the paid tutorials on the video ones. Can you rewatch several times? Yeah, you can. Because, Katie, when you buy it, you get a PDF with a clickable, that's gorgeous chocolate, by the way, a clickable link. So you now have that PDF with the link. You can click and watch it all the time. So there's no one use or anything. Yeah, the trick is to cover Ricki, and then I can focus on other things. Hi! Do you know, I find that sort of what I just do in life anyway. So if I just cover Ricki up, then
block me out, that she can accomplish things.
Exactly. So this is mine. I'm going to eat the rest of that later, because it's so good.
To be a distraction to people.
There, look at that high definition focus. I want to really savor that chocolate, so I don't want to just gobble it down like some sort of a Philistine. I want to make sure that I can. Actually, I'm sure that is like ancient racial, because I don't know if there's Philistines around anymore.
Right.
But how do we know if they were the standard of dumb? So let's just say like a uneducated
such a
fool.
thing to do that,
How about
right?
that? Wendy says, now I want to make fudge for Christmas. Julie says, Christy, I can't watch and chat at the same time on my iPhone, but hey, you're doing it, man. Oh, wait, you have to go back and forth, maybe. Oh, yeah. Okay, Rick,
Wood.
before I give away a few prizes,
You have prizes?
because I know you had
What's this
stuff to
about?
do today,
Yep.
so I don't want to keep you too long. But we were, I was thinking about, we were talking about this morning, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the eating of the chocolates. And again, please forgive me if my eyes wander off. I am so not used to having the camera over in that corner.
It's like those follow the bouncing ball things when we were kids, right? Follow the bouncing ball.
But okay, I eat chocolate a lot at you guys, and part of the reason why is, to me, the idea that we're here on this planet is phenomenal. No matter what your point of view on that is, it's amazing.
It's pretty great, I
and
guess.
it's pretty great. And so if you're not like savoring that joy of being alive, and I know we all have problems, and sometimes finding the joy in being alive can be tricky, but as much as you can, if you can just like savor that goodness, and to me that's sort of like what chocolate represents. It's this dopamine hit that's
Right.
safe and legal, and I can just have that moment of enjoyment.
It's already packaged in an appreciable.
Right. And the nice thing about it with little chocolates like that is you could limit yourself to just one. Cheryl's going to go to the fridge and get another box of Leonidas for her. And Cheryl, yes, I did. I did not uncover that box today because I had Belgian chocolates, but in the next time that we do this, I have some different amazing chocolates that I'll share with you guys. I'm a chocolate connoisseur, I guess I would say, or snob as it were. Is I like the good stuff. So I always like to see something
It is
fun
one
and
of those things
unusual.
As you get older, especially you, Christy.
As
a brother, I have to say things like that just to keep her leveled out.
Oh.
But it is. You know more and more what you appreciate, what you don't. And
Yeah.
you realize that I can decline something that I really don't appreciate as much.
Yep.
And
You don't have to clean your
grab
plate,
for the one
I guess.
do want. Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
Right. You don't have to just eat it because it's polite.
I know, that's the thing. I've grown up always. Clean that plate.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
eat what's
thing.
in front of you. It's like,
Yeah.
nah, I don't think so. We had that yesterday because we went out for just a nice little day of have a coffee and some pastries. And I get a craving for pastries like often. So we gave this one place to try, and we picked a couple different pastry choices and then sat down, and our coffees were great. But we took a bite of the pastry and I'm like, no, this is not worth eating. It's just one of those pre-packaged store-bought pastries that don't really have a lot to go for. So it's like, no, I don't have to feel bad about not wanting it.
Yeah, it wasn't being protected to become not stale and stuff like that. So
Something was amiss, so I said,
think
phooey on
their
that.
whole idea was like, let us heat it up for you so it seems fresher.
Right, and I just did not want to go there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's kind of like, you get to pick and choose your joys as much as you can.
You
So
don't have to eat it just cause.
Yes.
It's there in front of you, or just cause you paid for it.
Right.
Or just cause somebody said.
sometimes there's some guilt with that. So figure out, feed the birds with it, or find some other alternative thing. Make bread pudding. Maybe that works. I don't know. But I think just going back to that whole thing of just incorporating joy into your life as much as you can. You may not be, what's the best chocolate you can get from a regular grocery store, says Katie.
Oh dear.
I had to get distracted on that one.
How do we define?
Honestly, most grocery stores now, I shouldn't say that. There are whole sections of the country where you get nothing but Hershey's chocolate options. And if you like that, I'm not being derogatory on purpose, but I tend to go towards any European chocolate. So anything by Lindt, L-A-N-D-T, it's a Swiss chocolate, I think.
Pretty good.
They're delightful.
And if it's got some sort of local brand or independent brand.
Yeah, try your
those seem
local
to be,
stuff.
Not
Not
but
always.
often they seem to be pretty great.
Yeah. You know what I think? I think you just should make a part of your life of chocolate sampling to determine your favorites, and then you can have some children friends to give away
Bring it up here in the chat
to others. Yeah,
today I did some research.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
This is my determination.
Ghirardelli's always good. Yeah, there's some good stuff out there. The Lindt truffles are to die for. Yeah, baby.
It's everybody's taste too. It's one of those things too.
Yeah. So I think try them all and just see what happens, and you'll find
But
yours.
pace yourself appropriately.
Exactly. This is why I look the way that I do some days. It's just that's the way it goes. Yeah, Suzanne says it's Swiss, which Suzanne is our friend from Switzerland, which, by the way, Suzanne, when we met, oh, so many decades ago, you brought me a box of Swiss chocolates, and I think I've mentioned this before, is I still have that box. In fact, it's right up there. I saved it because it's so adorable, this little box that the chocolates came in, so I think of you often. Now there's just nothing in it of value, but I like the box still. Okay. So Julie says, I tried out the chat on my phone. If you use the YouTube app, the chat shows up underneath.
Actually, Lena's saying that too, Julie.
Lena's saying it too, Julie. Thank you, Lena. Lena's pretty awesome about tech stuff. You may want to check her out. She offers quite a number of web-based services, and she rocks it. So she's helped me quite a lot with my website, which still has a lot of work to do, but that's on me, not her. But she's very good at web stuff, so check her out.
Janine, I'm sorry if you feel slightly slighted.
Oh, really?
About the fact that I'm not going to stick around to do the snow.
Oh, yes,
right.
yes. Ricky's not allowed to do that, because then what would I be that was unique if Rick was doing all of the stuff?
Because that would be so incredibly terrific and fun that Christy would just be like,
oh, goodbye, everyone. Guess it's just Ricky. I guess I'll go take photos and shoot fish underwater. No, Ricki has his own creative things that he does. Polymer is not necessarily one of those, but I always love him coming along and chatting with us and sharing his perspective. All right, so Rick, I am going to go ahead and give away some things right now.
Ooh, yeah.
And then I'm going to segue right into creating. So thank you for joining us. We love having Ricki around.
It's good to see all you guys.
Nancy.
On this new spot.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted what's happening. But yeah, go ahead and make sure you subscribe, give it a like, all that, do the notifications, all that stuff. Yep. And I think
have a great day if you dare.
If you dare, a couple people, Nancy found out about in Europe. I know, it's good stuff, right? It's so great.
All right, I'm out of here.
Lena is reading our minds. That's a Lena thing. Goodbye, Rick. Thanks very much. So very much. See you later. All right, so I'm going to still try and look at the right part of the camera. Just let me know if I get too crazy about that. And we are going to flip the camera around to do the creativity part. I have not yet practiced that. Everybody says bye, Ricki. I have not yet practiced that, so we'll see. Normally I'm vertical, as we talked about, so it's easy. Flip around. With any luck, we'll flip and it won't be upside down. If it is, we'll just adjust accordingly and we'll do our best. All right, so part of the incentive for coming and joining me here on Facebook was that I'm going to be giving away gift certificates. Now, I just added a gift certificate function to my website. So if you go to the website, you'll see in the little header bar, it's I think the very last one, gift certificates. So you could click on that and give us a gift certificate to a friend, somebody that maybe doesn't have enough time for a gift to get to them, although I think there's still plenty of shipping time. Well, plenty. There's still shipping time to get things to people in various places, but you may want to do a gift certificate, or you may want to include a gift certificate in with other crafty items and all that. I'm not flipped. I see myself as flipped, but Facebook turns it back around. So we are no longer a hoja, but we're aloha. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it's an inside joke. I'm sorry. I'd like to tell you, but I just can't. All right. So the $10 gift certificates, the way this is going to work, I posted several places on Facebook. You guys commented underneath those posts, and then I had my random robot go through the pile of people and pick out 10 names. 10 of you are going to get a $10 gift certificate. What that is I will message you on Facebook Messenger today. So be looking over there. If your name gets called out, or even if you don't remember that your name got called out and suddenly you watch this the day later and you went, wait, I wonder if it was me. You go over there and check, because it might be. And then what I will do is I will give you a special gift certificate code or whatever so that you can use that $10 next time you go to my website. Now, you can use it just for something like a tutorial, and boom, done. You're out of there, no problem. You can add it as a discount on a regular order or whatever you like, but you're not required to buy anything. It's just a $10. And you can also just say, you know what, Chrissy, I'd like that one thing there. Could I just have that? And I'd be like, okay, sure. Okay, are you ready? I have 10 names. Drum roll, please. First name, and if you're here, fantastic. If you're not here, I'll find you. Bonnie Steele. She gets a gift certificate. Helene Jewell gets a gift certificate. Dimitra Kalindaris, our pal from Greece, your name came up. Star Payne, one of my longtime pals. Hurrah. Gloria Day. So that's the first 5, and then we have 5 more to come at the end of this video. I know, right? I'm just trying to keep you here as long as I can, right? Janine says, come on, Random, you got my box of oil, right? That has worked before, Janine, for you, as I know we've talked about, so that's kind of funny. So congrats to those winners, and again, I will contact all of you, Bonnie, Helene, Demetra, Star, and Gloria. I'll contact you on the Facebook Messenger, and we will sort that out, okay? So now, we're going to see if I can flip this camera around properly. Yay! Yeah, you did, baby! You did! Hurrah! Congratulations. Hi, Maretta. How are you? Good to finally see you here. Hooray! We finished talking about chocolates. And Martina's here, and you cannot send the cavalcade of hearts, sadly, which Martina usually does for me, but it's okay. All right, everybody, I'm turning on my lights. I'm going to flip this around. We're going to see if we can do this without losing anything. I might have to flip it upside down, so let's just try it. And eventually I'll be able to get, I kind of feel like I want to go this way. So let me spin it around, and bear with me here. There we go. Okay. And now I'm going to do, moving this over a little bit more. All right, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting a program so that I can just have 2 camera angles, and I can go rather painlessly between one and another. So we'll just see how that works in future episodes. But for now, this should work, and I think we can all see this pretty good. So yeah, okay, great. So this is our Sgnome. Now, what I was searching for when I decided to make whatever project we were going to make today is I wanted to do something that was quick and easy and silly and fun. And it kind of goes along with what we were just talking about with the chocolates, of that, you know, just enjoying life and doing things just because it's fun, you know. And I think sometimes we can lose sight of that, and in our quest to make our lives worthwhile, productive, all those things, we lose sight of the fact that sometimes we can just have fun, and that's okay. Yep, Wendy, that's the closest we can get to a cavalcade of hearts. It's not the same, but I appreciate it nonetheless, because from the corner of my eye, I am seeing oh so many hearts, which I just love. All right, so what we're going to do is, yeah, they don't go up my nose like they often did before, which I really liked that. So, okay, I'll just have to get those when I'm on Facebook, and here we'll just have to deal with it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this little dude. It's intended to be a snowman guy, but then he's got a gnome hat and like little sticks for a gnome beard. Okay, so there's our direction that we're headed. I'm going to put him over here, and we'll see if we can still kind of see him. And I'm going to go with white clay. Now, I'm using polymer clay. You can use any brand that you like. It does not matter what brand you use, just any kind of white clay. And I do understand that white clay is a little trickier these days to come by. So hopefully you have a little white clay floating around that will make your Sgnome. And if not, good question. So we're just going to have to see. So I'm going to start with the bottom. This is going to be the bottom snowball. How come snowmen have 3 snowballs is a mystery to me. I have no idea. But we're going to push that one down, and I'm going to make another one. And the trick, of course, is to always make, Martina says, I don't know why the resolution of the video is very low. I know some people have mentioned that it's nice and sharp and clear, and other people have not, and I don't really know. Now, hopefully I have done all my settings properly to make sure that it's the highest resolution I'm able to do. I will double check that for future episodes to make sure that I'm not doing anything wrong on my end. But I think a couple of other people have mentioned that their video was nice and clean, so hopefully that's good. Janine says, I have never given up on being goofy in life. I'm very, very glad about that. I think that works. So let me just show you the proportions of these. So here are my deconstructed snowballs. And you know what might be easier, everybody? Why don't I take away all this white stuff, because we're doing a white project. Let's work directly on my dark background. How's that? A little bit easier to see, I think, right? So there's, this is a big piece of slate, and it has a lot of texture to it, which I find amusing. I rather like that. So it's definitely easier to see what's going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press that one ball down and press the other ball on top of that. and the other ball on top of that. But if you want to make sure that that connection is stronger, I can add a little bit of liquid clay, or you know what else we can do? I could take a tiny bit of wire, which is kind of nice because this really keeps him from falling apart. I'm going to take a piece of wire, and this is just a little 20 gauge wire, and I'm going to stab that in here. So see what I've done is I just stabbed it in, and then I'm going to add the next little ball. Also putting a little drop of liquid clay in there just for the good connection. Liquid clay is a clay to clay glue. It doesn't really glue anything else, but it definitely glues from clay to clay. And so that is very helpful. And now let's put the head on there too. Whee! Okay, so now we've got a little bit of wire coming up so that his hat can also be grabbed. Looks like Lena is answering some stuff. Gillian says my video is slightly lower in quality, but she can make it really big on the monitor, which is nice. Yeah, and if you guys, Lena, I don't mean to task you for helping everybody, but you are so awesome at that. So it looks like you're answering folks, which I really do appreciate. So that is great. And yes, this is a slate tile. I bought it at a local hardware store, one of the big box hardware stores, and I love it. It's irregular, you know, so I've got kind of a funky texture on it, but it really is kind of nifty to work on. All right, so now we're going to want to put the features, which is super easy, but I think the very first thing I'm going to do is put his little gnome hat on, for which I'm going to use red clay. Now, a little thing about red clay, and if you make the wire long enough, says Sam, you could curve the top and make it a tree ornament. Hell yes, Sam, fantastic. So if you made this twice or 3 times as long, it would poke out of the top of the hat, and after you baked it, you could turn that into a little loop and put it right on a tree if that's what you've got for your holiday stuff. Otherwise, you could make just a little winter village out of it, which could also be amazing. So good thought there, Sam. I love it. Okay, the Gnome has been staked. Yes, exactly. And Lena says, I already know how to make the white balls of clay, so I've got the time. Good one. I love it. All right, so here's our little gnome hat. And I'm going to tell you a little thing about the red clay is it gets all over your hands. So as soon as you're done making the hat, before you even put it on, we are going to clean our hands with a wet wipe, put it on, and then clean our hands again. I cannot stress this enough, because then you will have a little pink snowman. Ask me how I know. So what I did is I turned this into a teardrop, and now I'm making it into a golf tee by just kind of pressing and making that little curved indentation. And gnomes have really tall hats, so you can make that as big as you like. And of course you can do something else, but since we're doing a gnome, why not? So I've got my hands clean, and I'm going to put his, let's put a little bit of liquid clay on there again, as we've been doing. And if anybody's brand new to polymer clay, liquid clay is just a super saturated version of translucent clay. That means it's got a lot of the softening agent in there. And that's what makes it so gooey. And it's really good for helping bring life back to hard clay. Like if your clay has gotten kind of hard, not because of the sun, but just because of overall age, then it kind of can help make that soft again. But it's also great for clay to clay connections. Okay, so I've just pressed that on. The little wire is in there. It's going to stick straight up because that's how gnomes do. And I appreciate that you guys are chatting back and forth about helping each other see this best. That is great. Hi, Lynn. Good to see you. I appreciate that you guys are doing that. Katie says you can calm down the dye in red by just mixing a little transparent clay in with the red. Oh, I did not know that, Katie. Thank you. So she's saying if you take this and put a little bit of red in with translucent red, then you get a lot of that translucent body absorbing up that color, making it not so intense on your finger. So good tip. Okay, so now we've got our little guy. What are we doing next? We're going to do buttons, because for some reason, snowmen have buttons. It's a mystery to me. We're going to put a little carrot nose and some little, eyes. So these are little coal buttons, coal eyes. That's traditional snowman look. So we're not trying to make a gnome, we're trying to make a snome. So we really want to have it look very snowman-y. So let's start by putting an indentation where the nose is going to go, right in the nosular area. And I'm also going to put indentations where the eyes go, in the eyular area, just because. So let's put the nose on first. that seems more better. And look, my snowman has chocolate on him. How could that have happened, I wonder? All right, so to put the carrot on, what I want to do is I want to just make a sort of carrot shape, but I'm going to have the point go in to that little nose hole. And I'm going to take my liquid clay and just grab a tiny bit from the tip of the piece of the container there. And then I'm just going to stick that right into that hole and push it down. And now I'm going to reform that carroty shape. Okay. That to me is easier. Now, another thing you could do is bake it for 5-10 minutes and then shove it in. If you want it to have the long kind of carroty look, and you can put some little lines, you can go crazy on all that. I don't think it's necessary, but you certainly could. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, the snowmen will be like Calvin and Hobbes snowmen if you let the red clay bleed in. Oh my gosh. I have to say that's been part of my inspiration. Anybody who knows about Calvin and Hobbes knows that he traditionally did a series of snowman gags, and they were just like the most disturbed snowman. It was fantastic, and that's sort of iconic now. So yeah, that was kind of in the back of my head as I was making this, of that Calvin and Hobbes look. All right, so now I've got clay for the eyes and the buttons, and all it is a little bit of black mixed with gray granite. This is gray granite, which is a primo color. None of the other clay brands have the same thing as this gray granite that Primo makes, and I just love this color. You do not have to use this. If you can't get it, it's okay. You can have just little black dots, or you can mix black with a tiny bit of white to make them more gray. That would be just acceptable as can be, but I like the granite because it gives it just a little bit of translucency going on there. All right, so I'm going to make 2 for the eyes and 3 for the buttons, running down his chest and abdomen. And let's just pop those on, shall we? So let's do 2, hopefully about the same size, and I'm going to just put them right in those little hole areas. Boink. And this one looks about the same size. Boink. The sound effects help it work better, so I'm just saying. And I'm going to make the indentations on the belly too, because it just helps them stick in a little bit better. Boink. 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 Now on this guy, you might notice a difference, that I put 2 up on the chestular area, 1 in the belly. But look at, the beard covers a lot of that, so I've changed it. So, you know, do whatever you want. It's all good. Okay, so now let's get some beardiness going on. Whoa. Actually, before we do that, let's put on his little hands. Let's do some white. Now, when you look at some of those gnomes, like the little lawn gnomes or whatever, they often have their hands behind their back. It's very cute and adorable. And that's all we're going to do right now. So I'm going to make some little logs like this, just to make his little snow hands tucked behind his back. So let's see. That one is too skinny. Let's give him a little bit more there. And most of you are familiar with polymer clay. You know that once you take it out of the package, you want to condition it, which is just getting it soft by either running it back and forth through the pasta machine, or rolling it, or kneading it with your hands, like just folding and twisting and all that. And it just gets the clay warmed up and ready to use. So all I'm going to do now is put this on the shoulder and then tuck it around to the back side like that. So see, very simple, just the hint of a hand or an arm. Press that in, tuck it around the back. So he just looks like, that one's a little too big. Let's get that smaller. And he just looks like he's patiently waiting for whatever gnomes wait for. Girl gnomes? All right, so there's our 2 little gnome hands tucked around the back, and now he's ready for the beard, which really is the whole point of the gnome. He's got to have his beards, right? All right, chestular region. Yes, it definitely the chestular region. Big gray granite in the mail yesterday, Suzanne. I saw your post on that, man. That's kind of fun when you get your clay in, especially on something like gray granite, because since I use it so much, and we have so many of you that like to do these projects along with me, you guys use it too, so we clean out the gray granite from everywhere. More than once have we completely used up all the gray granite in the world. Gillian says a good fake gray granite is to mix grated cured clay in with translucent. I think that works really good. You can also use fine glitter, embossing powder, pepper. There's a couple of different things you can do, but taking clay, baking it, and then using a fine grater like a nutmeg grater, that kind of thing, and then just kind of folding those into, conditioning those into the translucent clay will definitely create a good substitute. So thank you for that. We have had to get creative only because the clays are difficult right now, especially Primo has had some supply chain issues big time. And I don't know how the other brands are holding up, but it hasn't always been easy to get everything we want. So we have to, figure this out. Mouse Boots says, will this be available later? Besides needing late, I can't stay. Absolutely. That is one of the joys of putting it right up here on Facebook, is that now, on YouTube, is now that you can just come back and watch it all the times that you want. All right, so I made a whole bunch of little twigs. Siobhan says, I ordered the gray granite from Fire Mountain successfully. Oh, that is great. So Fire Mountain must have just gotten their stock in, and you're able to get it from them, which is wonderful. I definitely say go get it and clean them all out, you guys, because it won't last long. So what I'm going to do now is I'm putting the little twiglets just below the nose in the beardular area. And I'm just kind of putting them all on there. And I've kind of gotten around that little button there so you can see it, just because we had a chat about that. And it's going to go all the way around the edge here, up towards the back of his face as well. You know how beards go. If not, just stop a random hipster on the street and just say, excuse me, I'm making a gnome and I need to look at your beard for a minute. They'll be delighted. Because if there's one thing a hipster likes, is having someone recognize the luxuriantness of his beard, even for craft purposes. I'm just saying. I know that's a sweeping generalization, but I found it to be true. All right, so now I'm just kind of continuing, and you can keep on going with this. You can go and put it all the way around the back if you like, but I'm okay with just that. And then, of course, to make him complete, he needs some eyebrows as well. Right up above those little snow coal eyes. All right, sorry. Grabbing something over there. Okay, there we go. And I've made these eyebrows be just a little bit uphill. That makes him quizzical and non-threatening. If you make them angled down, then he's an angry gnome, and there's no reason why you couldn't make an angry gnome. That's totally your choice, but not everybody wants that. So eyebrow placement is super important in the personality. Okay, I'll get my fingers out of the way, hold this still for a second, and I think we can see what we have going on here. Let's see, tilt that back a little bit more. And there is him beards and him eyebrows, and our gnome is complete, and now they can start lining up and having fun. Okay, I'm going to try to flip this around so we can finish our chat and give away a few more prizes. Okay, let's see if I can do it. Ready, everybody? Okay, whoa. Am I here? Can you see me? I think I did it. Oh my goodness, hooray. Computer locked up. Now is on iPad. I know, this whole thing of trying to find the right technology. Oh my goodness. I know Siobhan has mentioned her husband's beard. So if you guys want to go and see Siobhan and take a look at her husband's beard, I'm sure they would not mind at all. So like I said, in the future, the things that I'll be doing is figuring out there's a couple different programs you can use to help stream multiple camera angles, and I will work on that. So I appreciate you bearing with me on my technology ding-dongness. But yeah, here's our finished guy. I'll bring him up close so you can see how he turned out. And he's got a fun little personality. To me, he looks stoical, as many gnomes do. So I hope you guys will make a bunch. Just a hint, once you bake them, now for anybody new to polymer clay needs to be baked in order to harden. It does not air dry. You can read on your package how long and how hot to bake your clay. Just preheat your oven, and if you can, get an oven thermometer in there, because oven knobs are big fat liars. And oftentimes by as much as 50 or 75 degrees off of what they say, especially the smaller tabletop type ovens. So get the biggest oven you can. You can use a home oven for especially these small little projects, and then once you're hooked, you can get a tabletop one for your polymer clay needs. So there we go. But anyway, so bake your gnomes, And then a nice way to display them is to take a little dish, right? And if you want to make a whole forest out of it, you can put some of that florist foam down in there and stick some little pieces of evergreen trees in there, and then kind of flatten around and have fix it a little bit, make sure it's good. You can put saran wrap on it so there's not big gaps, and then put a whole bunch of salt, a little mixture of kosher salt and regular salt, and it will make a very snowy look, and then you can set them in there. You can also go to your craft store and they have fake snow, which is probably easier, but it depends on what you want to do. But anyway, there you are. So I think you are welcome, Suzanne, for the first YouTube, and I'm so glad you were here with me. I think we're almost done, except for giving away 5 more gift certificates, and I will be in contact with all 10 of you winners. And give me a little like if you like this giving away of gift certificate thing. So like click the little thumbs up thing or make a comment, which is great. All that stuff helps the algorithm for YouTube to make them love me so much. But if you like it and you'd like to see more of this kind of format and more giveaways, I am game. I'd like to know it. And I can't imagine anybody not. Janine says, if the Gnome gets a little too tanned, you can take some Swelligan and make him a statue. You can indeed make him a statue. And Swelligan is a whole nother thing. If you're unfamiliar with that, on my website, and after I'm done talking, I'll add that to the description, link over to my website, is how to, where to buy the Swelligan. But then in my YouTube channel here, I have a big, long, rambling thing about how to actually play with it. So you can take that. Teresa likes the format. Teresa, I appreciate that, Terry. It's nice that you guys are enjoying it. That makes me happy. Okay, are we ready? I had a drum roll. Yep, you could pretend you're from California and make him a sand snowman. Yeah, totally. I like the sound of that as well. All right, here are 6 more winners. Are you ready, kids? Oh, you have the Hawaiian pink snow. Interesting. That could be a fantasy world. If you put a bunch of candy canes in it, it will just look like you're in a candy cane forest and some of that redness has colored the snow. I think it could work. All right. Can't multi-like. Love the giveaways. Thank you, Mel. That works for me. I love it. Okay, so here's our winners. Doreen Begonia, Jackie McKinney, Valerie Cook, Gillian Wiseman, and Creed. Bum, 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 bum. So that's our 10 winners of $10 gift certificates each. And I would love to see the family of Gnomes. What I would suggest to everybody is that as you create these and whatever else you're making, you did, Valerie, I'm so excited. And yay, Gillian, hooray. It's nice when somebody that won is actually here. It's kind of fun. So congrats, and we'll do this more, and we'll have more giveaways. But go ahead and post your finished pieces to my Facebook page called Christie's Creative Neighborhood. Go join over there. It's a great site where we just share what we make, and I would love to see your Gnomes. All right, people, I am done yammering at you. Thank you so much for being part of this first one. I'm going to try and figure out how to make it stop, so we'll see how that works out. And have a wonderful week and a great holiday. I will see you somewhere on the interwebs next week. Stay tuned and I'll keep you posted. Bye. Well, bye is easier said than done, I think. Well, anybody figure out how to turn this off? Because I don't know how to stop it. This is a good question. It shows me how to, I know, right? It shows me how to do various things except for turning it off. So help, anybody that knows how. I don't know how. It says, I want to stop streaming, yay!